Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this live video. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing great. It's Monday. I think, yeah, it is Monday. And I haven't done these videos in a while. Nawala yung audio ko for Facebook. I don't even know if this is working. Like, there might be glitches here. It says live, but anyway. Um, I'll do a quick test first to see if this works because I've been getting bugs. Yeah, I think it works. So this morning, I thought I hope my audio is coming in clearer today also kasi I was able to hook up my mic again. I haven't been able to do that the past days na nagbo-broadcast ako. First things first, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you're watching in from. I'm going to be sharing some encouragement. And why I do this for those who are watching me for the first time is because I know that so many of us get caught up in our work. You know, yung ginagawa natin day to day, we're caught up in our busyness, in what they call life. And many of us rarely get to pause. We don't get to pause. We don't get to breathe. We don't get to stop and sort of like reflect on things that are truly important in life. So we have this idea of what we think is important, and we go chase after that, or we do that. That's one. But also, as I think, a second part of life is also we distract ourselves with so many things. We try to distract ourselves with relationships, with activities, with stuff that we do, so that we don't get to face something that perhaps we are unhappy about. So I guess to make it clear, I am speaking to a specific group of people. I'm not speaking to everyone, because some people who are watching this will be like, dude, like we can't relate to sinasabi. We totally can't get what you're saying. Well, this message is not for you. I leave this message for those people, perhaps like me, who are seeking, who are searching, who are, I don't know, looking to pause and find deeper meaning in life. Purpose for why you're here. And I know I also dedicate these videos to people who are silently suffering, people who are silently suffering through life, meaning may pinagdadaanan ka, and you can't seem to find, how to say, you can't seem to find perhaps answers or peace in your particular situation because you keep going through so many ideas and theories and how to say, strategies, that you forget to be a human being. And you also forget, ang daming basics that we forget. I mean, so maybe I'll talk about relationships, I'll talk about health as well, I'll talk about money and career, because a lot of people, especially during this time, they're saying like we're not motivated to, our team is not, I mean, I've been coaching constantly, our team is not motivated to produce, so on and so forth. And some people will say, well, that doesn't happen to my team. And I say, well, God bless you. Well, maybe you are extraordinary, but there are people who are going through the human experience, and it becomes a struggle. And the shame, I think, that's associated with someone saying you shouldn't be struggling in this area. You shouldn't be struggling with your health. You shouldn't be struggling with your money. You shouldn't be struggling in your relationship. How does that make you feel? You shouldn't be struggling in your business. It should be flourishing. It should be this. Otherwise, you're not connected to God. Otherwise, you're probably, I don't know, sinning or something. I mean, it's crazy, the amount of, I think, burden that people, again, I'm speaking to a specific group of people, not necessarily to everyone. The amount of burdens that are put on us for what we're going through in the human experience. And I know there's a wide range of audiences na nanonood sa mga videos. I get like really young people. When I say really young, like below 25, I'll call that really young. And a lot of them, especially this new generation, iba yung generation ko eh, especially this new generation, they're very gung-ho on creating results. And I think a lot of them, there's nothing wrong. A lot of them are after an ideal. I'm coaching a lot of really young people. They're after an ideal, and they're burning themselves out. Can anyone relate? Raise your hands. Like, you're so stressed out and you're wondering, like, what is all this for? What am I trying to prove? Then you realize, oh my gosh, maybe all this time I've been trying to show that I'm worthy. All this time I'm trying to show that I have value. All this time I'm trying to show that I matter, that I'm worth something. And that ties into a very, how can I say, a very deep human need. Like, we all need to be this need for significance, to know that we are of value in the world that we're living. And then because eto nga, here's the enemy, here's the devil, right? The enemy comes to you. I just say the enemy. This is like your ego. This is like perhaps negativity. The enemy comes and it visits you. So we'll call it a visit. Binibisita ka niya. And madami sa atin pag binisita tayo, naghahanda pa tayo ng naghahanda tayo ng merienda. We like come and spend time with me. And when this negativity visits you, it tells you. Sorry about the echo. I'm in the living room. It's quite echoey here. And this voice, this inner voice, and I know a lot of you do this inner voice mastery stuff. It tells you that you're useless. There's something that you should be doing, right? There's something that you must be attempting that has to be great. I'll get to the relationships in a while, because how many of you today are also struggling in relationships? You're like, what the heck? Well, I might jump topic to topic because there's a lot of I think important things that I want to talk about. If you're here, by the way, I don't know, I can't see any of your oh yeah, ito. Okay, I can see your comments. Hi Venice, what's up? Thanks for being here. Chris, hey Jovi. Hi Jeric, what's up? Yeah, really young. Hi Anna Marie. Leilani, thanks for sharing the video. There's a lot of people here. So I'll get to the topic. So relationships. We'll talk about relationships. Now some people, yeah, I'm glad you're here. So hi Zula Mongolia is watching as well. Oglunimend, that means good morning. So relationships. Now this is a struggle because like some of you are already in relationships. You're like 10-year relationship, 20-year relationship. It's a bit more of a struggle in my experience, and you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, just you don't have to believe everything I say. Just look at your own experience. So like people are like, I don't believe what you're saying. Well, just see what your experience is. Hi Ayan, everyone in the Middle East watching. Singapore is watching. Hello. So if you are in a 10-year or 20-year relationship and you're struggling, or it doesn't even have to be, maybe it's a 3-year relationship, maybe it's 4 years, and you're like, oh, this is not working out for me. Well, you have to understand, was life working out for you? Thank you, Ivy, Leilani, and Ayan for sharing the video. I appreciate it. Sana makatulong to someone. Importante to because a lot of you are like, oh, my situation is hopeless. It's only hopeless because you have not gone to what we call a deep dive of understanding who you are first. Importante yan I like it that people were mentioning self-love, and I saw this video. I can't remember who Anthony Robbins was speaking with. I think it was Lewis House. And he said, oh, like Tony Robbins was saying, oh, this self-love thing, it's overused. Like, if you want to really love yourself, like love people. But I want to say, I don't know if this is like a caveat dito. Like there are things that you have to watch out for. Because not everyone who can love other people are capable of loving themselves. As a matter of fact, many of us are compensating because we don't know how to love ourselves. We don't know how to accept ourselves. Diba, sino sa inyo dito, like meron kang ugali, there's an attitude you have or a personality that you don't like, you can't stand. And you have to distract yourself constantly in relationships or in doing stuff. Hi Alma, good morning. Para lang hindi mo makita yung katangian na hindi mo gusto. So, I'm sorry, speaking a little Tagalog here. It means that you have a dark side, and many of us just don't want to accept it. Like we would rather accept all the light. Like I just want to keep accepting the light, the good things about me. Oh, bam, you're this, you're that. Oh, it makes me feel good. But the moment you're given feedback by life on things that maybe you don't want to look at, and I try to say this with encouragement sa mga nanonood, I'll leave this as a replay. I truly believe that is what will set you free. Being able to see the not so good things, but not forgetting also the light and the good. So many of us were just focusing on one side, which is the darkness, and nagtataka tayo like, why am I so depressed? Why is this like life journey for me such a struggle? Well, it's a struggle for you because you've forgotten also the other parts. Like, and I know yung mga madaming nanonood dito, they're saying, oh, bam, and we went through this in Surge. Chris is here. We're saying, oh, maybe the most important thing for you is family. I'd say 99% of people, yung mga humahataw, like, oh, I want to give this. This is my experience. I've been doing group coaching the past months. I want to do this for my mom and let my mom experience this. Yung mga hindi nila things they never got to experience. I want to give them a better life. For some people, it's not family, For a lot of people, but also you have to understand this. There's a huge burden that a lot of you are putting on yourselves. When I say you, I'm including myself, right? And this, how do I know, Bam, that I'm burdened? Well, when you're feeling guilty about not performing the way you think the world wants you to perform, the way you think, the universe or life, whatever faith you practice, you beat yourself up. Like, I didn't hit my quota. I was not a good Christian today. Oh, I like said bad words. You're so hard on yourself. And you created this image of perhaps a deity or a being that is so quick to want to punish you and to want to hurt you. And ginagawa namin to ng like there's a like a comparison you can do here, like how many of you have children and how many of you sa isang ganun lang you want to hurt and punish your children. Some of you do because perhaps there's still that it could be violence, it could be trauma, it could be pain from your childhood na pinapasa mo sa mga anak mo. And a lot of us go through that. We go through coaching, we go through spiritual work, inner work, as Chris was mentioning. Because we tend to pass on things that are passed on to us. But if you are the other type of parent or tita or tito where I don't want to inflict that pain on other people, because I would rather, but when you're seeing acts of kindness or acts of love, did you know that just watching it, that's why we do hugging exercises. Just watching acts of kindness or goodness releases oxytocin in your body. The love hormone. I mean, just watching an act of kindness. But what more if ikaw, you are part of it, if you're doing it. That's why for me, it hits me in the heart. But not many of us get those experiences every day. For most of us, and you might be on the replay watching this, for most of us, it's a daily struggle to just find the kindness. It's like we have to consciously, but they're subconscious. It's what's automatic for you. But you consciously have to strive and struggle to create experiences where you get to experience the life that you want. Ang kadalasan, and I can see all your hearts. Cham, thanks for being here. Hi Lani, thanks for being here. So there's the struggle. And then the question is, so ano ba, papabayaan ko na lang ba? Will I just let life flow? I don't recommend that, because for many of us, when we let life flow, just like the way we go into this we go into a dark tunnel, and we nahihirapan tayo to get out of it. Like, I know a lot of you experience that. So I would say being aware, that's why we do these exercises. We call this future authoring exercises, where you get to understand a vision of what ideally what life could be like for you. Because if you can't see where you're headed, at least you're gonna be stuck in something that you're experiencing that is unpleasant. And I'm talking about relationships as well. If you're unhappy, all you can see and create and experience is unhappiness. And you're wondering, this is in all areas, and you're wondering, like, why isn't it getting better? It isn't getting better because you are not tapping into a possibility of seeing life changing for you. Like, bakit nga ganun, Bam? Well, it's because many of you, myself included, were stuck in the past. We keep thinking that in the past, hindi ko naman nagawa. I was not able to break through in a relationship. It's always been hurt and pain. I was not able to break through at work. I'm always stressed. Don't like people I work with. Don't like my boss. Don't like my work environment. Health. Oh my gosh, health. How about that? Health, it's always been a struggle. I can't stop eating. This thing and that thing. It's really inner work, and it's really mental weightlifting, if I could say that. Meaning, I like how James Allen puts this in As a Man Thinketh, great book. What's up, Nino? Mr. Steph Curry is here, Nino Lapid. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. So we got people from the Bay Area. I saw Z from South Carolina here as well. What's up? So where was I? Oh yeah, the spiral, right? The spiral of getting into this. Now, and having an ideal, at least catching a glimpse. And I'm not speaking to everyone, because some of you watching this, you're like, what's the problem, bro? Like, life is great, where it's full of blessing, we're so connected to God, we're making a lot of money, our health. Well, that's not for you. And I say, well, may you prosper and continue to increase. Hi, Micah, thanks for being here. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to people like me, perhaps, who have struggles. I'm speaking to people like me, perhaps, who it's like a parang wrestling match. Diba, nakikipag-wrestle ka sa buhay. It's difficult. And then the life challenges comes. These there's a struggle in your relationship. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko. Bakit ba nagkaka-struggle sa relationship? Well, nagkakaroon ng madaming struggle. Hi, Desiree. I think, Desiree, you are in Sweden, diba, now or somewhere like that, like some country in Europe. Hello. Bakit nga nagkaka-struggle? It's because a lot of us, we sweep things under the rug. Ibig sabihin, alam mo nang may issue sa health. For me, this is what I've been going through the past 2 months. But it's incredible once you take responsibility for it. It's difficult, yes, because I've conditioned myself to eat. And maganda yung interview ni Lewis House kay I forget this guy's the comedian name. But sabi niya, like, why do we love eating certain foods? I'm talking about health now. Because we associate certain foods with certain times in our life where we were happy, where we felt safe, where we felt secure. It's your Jollibee, it's your pizza. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with I love these foods, right? But I'm saying to be consciously aware of when you are going through an emotional time and you start eating. I have to pause for dramatic effect. We're not even mindful of what we're doing. And I'm not saying you're bad because this is my story as well. It's my journey. But I am saying to bring in an awareness to this. Like, well, one thing I'm realizing about my health, it's deteriorating. It's getting worse. I'm not denying that. And I'm not doing anything about it because I feel like I'm a victim to life and what's happening to me. So I am, what I'm trying to share is, it could be in your health, but a lot of you, it's relationships. I feel like I'm a victim, bam. Like, meron akong ugaling hindi gusto, tanggapin ko na lang. Or we sort of like try to, we justify, and we're like, maybe hindi ko naman talaga gusto ng ganitong relationship. Maybe okay naman ako talaga ng ganyan. We start going into our head. This is a major problem for a lot of people watching this. Because your heart and your gut, and I know a lot of people say, don't trust your gut. You always have to have logic. Well, yeah, follow your heart, but bring your brain with you. Follow your heart, but take logic with you. But many of us, we're so logical, but the relationship is not improving. You're so logical, but your health is not improving. You're so smart. I mean, you're very, very smart. That's great, but life is not improving for you. So what's the use of being so smart and having all the answers when your own life is deteriorating? I mean, that is something to reflect on. So it's not just about intelligence. Now it's about seeing the results, right? Now, importante to. So what happens when I start seeing a change in my results? Well, for me, if you are aligning to something, I would say for some people here, you're aligning to spirit, it draws you to want to help other people. I think it's a natural consequence of being aligned to God, to spirit, to life. It draws you to wanting to share to people. Like, why do I want to do this? Because life is short. I mean, depending on however way you look at it. A lot of you have lost someone the past year. Di ba nakikita niyo yung wall nyo? It's flooded with people passing away and this and that. And it's heartbreaking. But it's heartbreaking. But it's also, I understand it's also the process of life. But there are some of us, some people watching this who you're waking up. When I say you're waking up, nagigising ka na sa katotohanan of or like what life is for you. And you can do life-altering like things. Like for me, in my own life, and I know you can relate, Chris and Gerald and a lot of people here, 10 years ago, kung meron kang hindi binago sa buhay mo 10 years ago, hindi mo binago, what the heck would life look like for you today? It'd be pretty sucky. It'd be pretty bad. I don't know if you can admit that. If you had not changed yung ugali mo, the way you ate, I don't know, the way you were doing things. Hi Corbin, good morning. It'd be pretty bad. So, it means you are also not a victim of fate. You're like, oh, kung ano na lang mangyari, bahala na. I'll just let, whatever will be, will be. No, but you take responsibility. You change certain aspects of your life. Now, iba-iba nga to eh. So, I like it that you guys are appreciating this. Again, I can see all your hearts and comments. Otherwise, now what pops up for me is the parable of the talents. Anyone know that parable? I read this in a book. Hey Chona, what's up? Kamusta sa inyong lahat? So, the master gives, I think, 3 servants talents. One was 20, one was 10. Isa was like one or two, whatever, like to look, read the Bible. And then one comes back after a year, the master comes back, sabi niya, well, the talent is like equal to like, I don't know, X amount of gold or millions. So it's basically what you're given in life. So bumalik yung master after a year. It's a great story. It's a great metaphor for life. What did you do after one year, first servant? Oh, I multiplied your 10. Now I have 20. Wow, well done. Oh, may affirmation, may words. Well done, good and faithful servant. Like enjoy, the fruits of your work. Second servant, whatever, 5 talents, multiplied 10. Great, well done. Last one was, sabi niya, like, master, I know you are a harsh and like a harsh master, and hijack things for being here. Usually people go with the flow, yeah. So and you're very strict, whatever, meticuloso ka. So ang ginawa ko, nilibing ko lang tong talents na to. I hid the gold, I buried it. But look, hindi nawala yung binigay mo sa akin. It's still here. And then some people might say, wow, hi June, good morning, thanks for being here. Hindi ka ba pleased na nandito pa din yung binigay mo sa akin na investment? I mean, it's still here. And then, the servant was, to say it briefly, was cursed. And, parang, why did you not follow the example of these other two? I think that's a very powerful metaphor for life. Parang, many of us are like that last servant. Yeah, you've given me life, God. You've given me life source. And here it is. But what did you do with the life? Well, nothing. And I want to be very careful here. I'm not saying you become a billionaire, because a lot of billionaires are depressed. A lot of millionaires are depressed. Guess what? A lot of poor people are depressed. We're not talking about that either. A lot of middle class people are depressed. So let's get that debate out of the road for once. But I am talking about, if you dig deep into your heart, into your soul, into your spirit, when you're doing your quiet time, your prayer time, I don't know, your mastermind. What is that one, perhaps, inspiration or idea that you can... Now, listen. It doesn't have to be this huge thing where so many of us are thinking, oh, it's got to be this big thing. Maybe it's just to spend more time with your mother. Maybe it's to spend more time with your children. Maybe it's to pray with your husband. There's something. Maybe it's to eat healthier. Maybe it's to see how you can use your business to, like people like Chris are doing here and Jack, to help more people, to employ more people. Maybe it's writing that book. Maybe it's doing a live broadcast like this that potentially can reach someone who's down and out today and needs encouragement. Maybe it's to run Unbounded. And, like every time I run this program, sorry, I have to put it in, I don't know what to expect. But what always happens in the program, 26, 27, is that life transformation happens. I'm always crying in the program because I see, if I had not done it, then I would have taken away another opportunity for people to experience transformation. Not from me, but because we all showed up together. Diba? Like now, like I can see a lot of people here from all over the world. Just the fact that you clicked this video, just the fact that you got curious, maybe there's something that you take away from this video and you're like, gosh, after watching BAM, I don't know, I just feel better about life. I get emotional sharing this. I just feel better about myself. So many people need that. So many people need that today, just to feel a little better about yourself. Because the world and the pressures, especially on social media, the pressure to pretend we're something we're not, the pressure to show, especially for younger people, but we're not excused, the pressure to show that I've got it all figured out. That's why I appreciate people like Chris, who gets to show vulnerability, who gets to ask questions, who gets to seek. Like, constantly seek. There's nothing wrong with it. Constantly ask questions. For some of us, like the moment that we say, do you have time? Can we talk? This is my struggle. Parang we think like we're so, like we're like the scum of the earth for going through a struggle, for going through a financial struggle. Are you crazy? For going through a struggle in your relationship. Are you crazy? You're freaking normal. That's right, Shona. You're normal. You will struggle. And you're going to struggle in your teens, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s. You're going to struggle all throughout life. So maybe let's get that message out there. There is no shame in struggling. But what benefit do you get? You are silently suffering. you are silently struggling. When you have every opportunity to seek someone out, ask for prayer. But not just prayer, ask for prayer and then a specific action you can freaking do. Because if you're constantly asking for prayer and you go back to your relationship and you hurt them, you go back to your relationship and you keep being an a-hole. And I know a lot of you now. I feel like I'm a minister. Like I know a lot of you. I feel it, like you have been praying for change, but nahihirapan ka because yung ugali mo, it's not changing, right? Can anyone relate? Coach, I've been praying. I've drank ayahuasca. I've done all these things. Nandun pa din yung ugali ko. Well, it's inner work, and it also takes time. I think a lot of people who watch these videos, they have unrealistic timelines. Like, I watched this video, I went through this seminar, I went through this mastermind, this weekend was great. Life will now I'm changed. It doesn't work that way. For very few people it may. But for a lot of people it's a lifelong process. That's why a lot of you, like Sina June, Sina Chona, you have your mentors. But make sure as you watch your mentors, you are modeling not just the physical outcome, right? The stuff and the finances, but you're modeling values, spirituality, principles. These are the things that are going to sustain you when you lose everything. And one day you may. I'm not just talking about, stuff you accumulated. Now we'll talk about your health. Now we'll talk about life. Because once you're faced with that, your ego literally gets threatened to die. And for many of us, that is the worst. Sabi mo, no, hindi naman ako ganyan eh. Ever got into an argument with someone? Naglalabanan kayo ng ideas? That's the ego manifesting. As Eckhart Tolle says, the fact that we cannot be wrong in an argument or in a discussion, it's really an argument for many of us, it's because we have associated being wrong with dying. Ayaw natin magkamali. Like, bakit ganun? Bakit grabe naman? Well, because growing up, nung lumalaki ka, unbounded, 26, 27, nung lumalaki ka, maybe you were punished for being wrong. Maybe you were punished in school for making mistakes. Can anyone relate? Now you're making a lot of mistakes as an adult and you're punishing yourself because you think dapat kang parusahan. That's not the case. Literally going through a mindset shift, where you realize all those things that you were punished for as a child by your parents, by your aunties, by your grandparents, by the system, they no longer apply to you as an adult. Ibig sabihin, today you are given, hi Elvira, you're given an opportunity to make a lot of mistakes. You're given an opportunity to mess up, but not to purposefully hurt people, not to purposefully sabotage yourself, but to pick yourself up and see, where did I hurt people here? Where did I make mistakes? Saan ako makapag-improve? And you do that. So glad to have coaches and mentors who instill great values that would be of great help. Yeah, well, I think ganun you'll gravitate towards, the essence of who you are. Ibig sabihin, if you're gravitating towards values, maybe you are a person of value. If you are gravitating towards greed and the hierarchy and things that will have very little value in the end of life, maybe it's time for a checkup from the neck up, to see what's happening in your mind. But most importantly, what's happening in your heart. But you cannot deny your heart. And that's why I keep doing, good morning, Jaren. That's why I keep doing these videos. Well, at least I'm committing to doing mas madaming ganito. Because many of us need a heart checkup. Okay na yung mind natin. Like, the mind creates, this is my vision board. This is that's wonderful. Because you want to bless your family. Because dumaan ka ng kahirapan at ayaw mo nang paparanas sa pamilya mo o sa mga anak mo yung kahirap. I think that's wonderful. But the amount of guilt that's associated with not making it or failing or not picking yourself up and moving forward, but also, but also losing your values. And no amount of pretending or sweeping it under the rug. Nagpe-pretend ka na oh, my No, you've lost your values. Don't be in denial about it. Because that's your first step to changing your life. That's your first step to improving your life. I think that's all I got this morning. So many people are just watched from all over the world. I appreciate you guys. If you appreciate this video, please share, please comment. It does a lot of help for me. By the way, hi Apple, God bless you. By the way, you might notice like the way I'm sharing now, that might be a little bit different. I have been gaining so much more mental clarity in the past 2 months. Chris, this is the effect of what I've been telling you. When I'm coaching, by group coaching, my one-on-one, there's just so much more clarity for me because of lifestyle changes that I've made. There's actually a miracle that I've experienced, and a literal life miracle that I call it a miracle because kahit i-search mo sa YouTube yung nangyari, like I'll share it soon. But I don't wanna, ayoko mawala sa topic. I know a lot of people are still here. So if you're just catching this live, hello, my name is Bam, and I'm sharing my life journey because just like the parable of the talents, I know you will be accountable for your life. I will be accountable, but it's not in a way where inaabangan ka na may latigo. Ito na naman yung picture eh. Inaabangan ka ng Diyos may sinturon. I don't see it that way. But I see it as God lovingly encouraging you, my child. I mean, a lot of you love your children. A lot of you love your spouse or your parents, 'di ba? Mahal na mahal mo sila. You're not waiting for them to let's be clear. Inaantay nyo ba silang magkamali para latiguhin, tama ba yung term? Para hampasin. You're not freaking doing that. But yet many of you, you're creating this image of God waiting for you to just make a mistake and hahampasin. Like, come on. Amen or amen. Come on. I mean, pick yourself up. I know you're crying. I know you're hurting. I know you're depressed. I know you're down and out financially, relationship. You're like seeking your purpose and you're going through something. But here's the encouragement, right? The encouragement is allow yourself to make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Surround yourself with people who can lift you up, who will give you values and principles. Not just stuff. I mean, the stuff is great. I like stuff. I enjoy stuff. But something that goes deeper. Para when you face your dark times, and those of you who are facing your happy, good times, here's an encouragement. You will face your dark times. You will face, they're scary, nakakatakot sila. Let's not pretend. When you're going through your financial challenges, it's freaking scary. When you're going through your health challenges, it's freaking scary. When you're going through relationship challenges and you find out there's lying and all, it's scary. When you're going through just you being alive and feeling so empty. Thank you, Cham. Well, oh my gosh, if you knew what was happening for me, I'll share the miracle soon, but it's been crazy, so amazing. But that's why I'm sharing. Sabi ko, biohacking, life hacking, it's all part of it, but it's not for everyone. Oh, ito pala yung last. Here's my last, since there's still a lot of people here on the live. Please discern sino sa inyo, and again, with grace and kindness, not with being harsh, right? Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Like, who among you and your team and your people, kino-coach nyo, who among you are interested to create change, and who among you are just interested, and who among you are really committed? Coach, paano namin malaman yung difference? Those who are interested will go to you, they'll ask for prayer, they'll ask for advice and wisdom and coaching, pero walang pagbabagong gagawin. So, continue praying for them, and loving them. But there will be people who will come to you, and you're going to see, like people like Chris. They're gonna come to you, and they're going to do what they can, whatever it takes, with grace and kindness. Tandaan nyo, not harshness. A lot of you have gone through the harshness route. How did that work out? You got more depressed, diba? Because you're so harsh on yourself. And hindi ka lang naging, for younger people, hindi ka lang naging harsh sa sarili mo. You became so harsh and heartless with other people. Yes or yes, right? The harshness that you are, inflicting on yourself, binibigay mo sa ibang tao. You become like you just become, just very mean, right? So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, those people who are committed, they will take action. Little by little. They will keep seeking, but they will not only seek, but they will start applying. They will start using what they're hearing. They will start making those changes in all those areas. So you gotta discern. Now, a lot of them will need help, Alvira. I'm glad you're tagging your team, your friends. A lot of them will need support. But you've gotta watch where you are. Saan ka nag-aaksaya ng enerhiya? Because many of us were just spending a lot of energy. So discernment. It's practice. Like, am I spending time with this person? Because you gotta discern it. People will hurt you. Coach, bakit ba kami nasasaktan ng mga tao? Because that's what people are designed to do. Unfortunately, we're designed to hurt each other. But we're also designed to forgive. We're also designed to bounce back. we're also designed to choose to be the better woman, to be the better man. Ganun lang talaga eh. There's grace to, forgive and to choose better. I'll end here. I don't know saan pa ako mapunta. We might start talking about galaxies and hey June, thanks for being here. I'll leave this up as a replay. I appreciate you commenting. If this touched your heart, your mind, your spirit in any way, comment, share the video, tag someone. That helps me a lot. God bless you guys. And I'll see you again soon in one of my live videos. Thanks for all the affirmations and all the prayers and all your encouragement. See you again.